So I've just arrived at the new property and I bought myself a new spade with a super long handle. So I'm excited to use this, and it's a very stormy day today. We got lots of thunder, we had lightning last night, and actually there was weather warnings for last night and today for midnight with yellow warnings for rain. So one of the things I want to do straight away is, in the proximity of the house, is clear out any of the drains that are blocked by the silt that got washed down from the mountain or that are covered in leaves. So the water's obviously come down this road. This is a 4x4 track that runs up into the forest, and all of the water comes down here and gets collected in these drains, and you can see there's metal grates in them to try and stop the debris, but it's probably got years of debris in there, and because of the flooding it's just made it even worse. So I'm going to dig all this out. Really heavy. I also picked up this, a nice little spade, because this will get into all of the smaller areas. Wow, it's like a carpet. And the reason I want to do this is because if we do get any more flooding, the water's meant to run around the building, and what I don't want to happen is this just to have so much build up that basically the water can no longer run off where it's meant to, away from the building, and to cause any damage to the actual building. So you can see over here it comes all the way along and it's just full of leaves and rubbish. I literally just realised as I started digging out all of the drains, I don't have a wheelbarrow to put all of the leaves and stuff in because it actually burnt in the fire. So I'm heading down to the garage. I'm going to get the UTV. I'm going to pile the back of that up because it's got a tipper on the back of it. Then I can take it well away from the house and the drain so it doesn't just happen all over again. Right on cue, the rain has started. There's not many times in Portugal that you actually need to wear a coat, but when you do have to wear a coat, it's always too warm to wear a coat. Even in the winter, I'm basically working in shorts. It's not actually the leaves that I'm too bothered about, it's all of the thick mud that's built up in these trenches. And if there was loads of rain to happen again, it means that the water just can't flow freely where it needs to, which means that it will damage parts of the property. And we've got this infrastructure here, it's going to be really useful. The rain's picked up and you can hear the thunder. I've had to take my coat off because it's just far too warm. It's a really humid day. Like I said, in Portugal it's very rare that I have to wear a coat because it's always too hot. I think I'm just going to go and sit this one out for 5 minutes and then come back and finish this job. We're excited to be working with Amaze to give you the chance to win a $130,000 custom tiny home from True Form Tiny and support a great cause, the National Park Foundation.
Amaze launched with a mission to transform typical charity giving with a sustainable approach to fundraising, allowing non-profits to spend less time and money raising funds and instead focus on serving the needs of their communities.
To date, Amaze has raised over $150 million for charity, with a goal to raise $1 billion in a single year.
It's time to dream big and do it tiny. If you've been mood boarding your ideal cozy tiny home or thought about building one in your backyard for guests to stay in, then with Amaze you can do just that. With a budget of $130,000, True Form Tiny will help you design a dream tiny home and turn it into a live-in ready reality. Donations support the National Park Foundation, who work to protect wildlife and parklands, preserve history and culture, educate and engage youth, and connect people everywhere to the wonder of parks.
So for your chance to win a $130,000 custom tiny home from True Form Tiny, then go to amaze.com/indieprojects or click the link in the description to enter now. just finishing off digging out all of the drains at the top of the house. I just noticed this tree. How crazy is that? The whole inside has burnt, but the outside is perfectly fine. I've never seen anything like it. It's really bizarre. It's like almost like a canoe. Maybe we get it in the lake and see if it floats. So all of the drains are now cleared directly around the house, so I feel much better about that. I've got loads of stuff, leaves, mud, silt in the back of the UTV. I'm going to drive it down and find a place where I can dump it well out the way. So I've just set up the chainsaw that's attached to a massive pole. This device is going to come in so useful on this property. A normal property, it would be quite a niche tool to use, but here it's going to be used so often. What I'm going to do first of all is work my way down from the house all the way down the track and cut all of the low hanging branches that we have to squeeze through in the car at the moment. I've got a delivery coming in the next couple of days, so I need to make sure a big van or a lorry can get through here. I've just stopped for a quick break and it's already looking so much better on the road up to the house. Just looks really beautiful actually, and smart cut back. And this tool, absolutely incredible, because you don't want to go up a ladder or a scaffolding with a chainsaw. So this device has literally sped things up so quickly and made things so safe, because I can just step right back out of the way and just let the branches fall a good distance away from me. That was very satisfying, seeing so much progress happen in a short amount of time. And now we're just left with all of the branches in the road. I haven't done the whole road all the way down to the gate because there's a lot to do, so I'm going to split it up into different days. It's gone really warm actually after the rain that we had and the storm earlier. So what I'm going to do now is just drag these branches out of the way so that I can drive down here, and then I'll come back at some point and just chop them into smaller pieces, and I can use all this stuff for kindling and firewood. So I'm just walking around the lake, and in one of the ditches I spotted that there's this little toy tractor, and it's just incredible that it survived the fire. And this is just a little bit of history of the property and shows that the kids who lived here obviously had aspirations to be farmers themselves. So this is the next drainage system that I need to clean out. This one is really badly filled in with all of the stuff that's washed down the mountainside. Right now I'm standing on the road to the right of the house that runs up all the way into the forest, and it was really badly damaged in the flood, so there's going to be a lot of work there to repair the road. But for now, what I'm going to do is clean this drainage out, because this drainage stops all of the water and the debris that flows down from running onto the block paving, and we don't want to damage the block paving. At the moment it's covered in mud and stones, so we need to clear all of this area up and make sure the water can flow nicely where it should be going into the valley. I actually wasn't aware that the drainage went all the way up this road to the top of the lake, because you just can't see it because it's just covered in mud and silt. So this is going to require to be dug out all the way up as far as it goes, but that's a job for a slightly cooler day. It's very warm today, but I'm making good progress on this drain so far. I'm going to lift up the metal grates now so I can properly get underneath and make sure everything's nice and clean, so next time we get rain it's going to divert to where we want it to go. I'm just having a quick break. It's 31 degrees today, really warm to be doing physical labour right in the middle of the day, but I'm achieving a lot. I got another drain done, only a few more kilometres to go. I thought it'd be really cool to come down and actually stand on the lake bed. I've never stood down here before, and while there's no water on it, this is a good opportunity. I thought I'd show you guys how vast this lake actually is, because from certain angles it doesn't look massive, but I can assure you it's very big. I could fit a full-on houseboat on here and still have plenty of room. Our old narrow boat that we used to live on would be amazing on here. This is bigger than any canals that I've been on before. If you take a walk around, it's just absolutely huge. I think it's probably about 100 meters wide. So it's going to be really cool in the summer when we can fill this right back up and then get swimming in it. But before we fill it up, we need to sort all the drainage out and all the water that's washed away from the top of the mountain and make sure everything's in working order. and then I just can't wait to go for a swim. Tiny as frogs. So the next job to get on with is all of the branches that are cut along the road. They all need chopping up into more manageable pieces that can either go through the chipper or be used for kindling and wood on the fire in the house. So I better get to it because I've got a lot to get through. So the next job on the agenda is to trim these massive cherry trees down. I've never seen cherry trees so big, and they're overgrown into the road, so you have to scrape past them. So I'm going to use the chainsaw to cut these down because I didn't bother doing it yesterday with the chainsaw that's on the end of the pole, because it'd just be a little bit dangerous because you can't really see what you're actually cutting. I'm going to have to get right in there and trim them down slowly but surely. I'm absolutely shattered, but I'm starting to see so much progress. It's so nice to see when you do stuff like this, groundwork. Everything seems to happen so quickly and things start to change, and I can really see it starting to change, which is good. And now I can actually drive the car down the road without ducking and scraping under branches. So I think I'm going to leave the video there. As I said, I'm absolutely knackered. I'm ready to go back, cook some dinner and get an early night. But thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.